In the last 40 years, the Berlin Wall fell, the Fresh Prince was born, and animal populations have dropped by 50% on planet Earth. Half. Tell me you wouldn't care that half your clothes were gone, half your friends list, your lunch money, your loved ones. In the last 60 years, JFK was assassinated, birth control invented, and the human population has grown nearly threefold. If we scaled the world's 4.6 billion year existence down to 46 years, well, humans would have arrived at the party about 4 hours ago. In that time, you could say, we've made quite an impression. About a minute ago, the Industrial Revolution began, and we've already destroyed 50% of the forests. How? If we know all this information, then why is it we aren't dealing with the important questions? What's working? What's not? What's next? We're forcing this moss to grow in an unnatural way, and as a result, it's suffering. Removed from its preferred habitat, its life force is diminishing. In order for this moss to regain its maximum level of health, it would need to return to its natural environment, unharmed by humans. We must interpret from this small-scale example the severity of effort needed to protect and maintain our home's ability to sustain life. Many may live under the assumption that they have inherited her from their ancestors, when the truth is, we borrow her from our children. The internet has connected us in ways that never seemed possible, but what is it we're connecting to? What if we spent half as much time consuming empty online calories and started giving our time to issues of higher importance, nourishing our minds and communities, providing other members of our species the most basic human rights, such as access to clean ground and drinking water, biologically unaltered foods, and freedom from stifling work conditions? It cannot be after the air becomes too toxic to breathe, the land too damaged to cultivate, and the water too polluted to drink that we first realize that we cannot eat money. We must begin to put purpose above profit. So you're probably wondering, so what exactly am I supposed to do about this? Well, we can start small, start local, infecting our circle of friends with the confidence to make a difference. I became a vegetarian over 10 years ago as an 8th grader, possibly the age some of you are today. I became a vegan almost 2 years ago. For me, those choices were simple, but the results are outstanding. As an American, over the past decade, I was expected to consume almost 2,000 pounds of flesh. I can proudly say that I did not contribute to those statistics. Compassion toward animals of every species. That's what drives me. What are you passionate about? Imagine if you could inspire 2 of your friends. They might inspire 2 more, 4, 6, 8, 54. We can throw the stones that cause ripples to spread. By reducing our carbon footprints, participating in simple ideas like upcycling, recycling, carrying your own bags to the store, becoming a flexitarian, or even practicing meatless Mondays, we can significantly reduce the amount of stress humans are applying to the planet. Everything we do makes a difference. Over 1 million people a day go without access to food or clean water, yet half the world's grain supply is spent feeding livestock, and over 3,000 gallons of water go into the production of 2 pounds of feed. The time to wait for someone else to begin, it's over. The moment to responsibly take action is upon us. We may no longer live blissfully behind a veil of ignorance. We know the statistics. We have access to this information. We must now strive to live deliberately among seekers of truth, to become galvanized in a collective effort for the creation of a new, healthier world for every species we share a home with. You're probably wondering, I'm just one person. What is it I'm supposed to do to help? Well, try finding one thing, just one thing that you're passionate about, and make it your mission to share that knowledge, because your knowledge is a gift. We all know the adage, actions speak louder than words. So let's get out there and make a difference. The time is now, and the change begins here. We live the life illuminated.
Months ago, I was looking for a way to break down those barriers that keep people silent. That's when Mars and I, in 3 weeks, created Life Illuminated. The LED lights represent conversation, real geographic conversation happening on Twitter. Those are connected to a database that visualize on a geographic map what is happening in the world and what should really matter, what should we really talk about. This is a project that aims to make you feel less detached from country to country and more aware, more virtually close. Just think, look at Demos. If you can walk across the ocean, would you feel closer to what is happening in Africa or in Hong Kong? Would you care more? On July 8th, for 7 weeks, Gaza was under attack. 7 weeks of ground invasions and rockets. An entire city has burned to the ground. People were dying. Schools and hospitals have been purposely attacked. Both Palestine and Israel were fighting to have the upper hand on the opposite side of religion and culture. This is still going on today. So why don't we care? That's the question that we all have to answer. Doesn't matter that something is happening far away. For me, personally, I am shocked. Something inhuman is happening across the ocean, and I don't know what to do. How can I help these people? I was looking for answers, but then I realized that actually, in this 21st century, there are no excuses for inhumanity. This is the time to not accept justifications. We cannot pretend to not know what is happening around the world. This is the time to act, do, and change. Because by now, we should be evolved. We are the results of 4 billion years of evolutionary success. We must act like it. On Twitter, in August 2014, there were about 900,000 people talking about Gaza. 1 million people were talking about Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Seriously? Beyoncé and Jay-Z? Why do we care more about Beyoncé and Jay-Z? Are their lives more important from people dying in Gaza or infected by Ebola? Let's talk about Ebola for a second. In August 2014, the people affected by Ebola were about 2,000 people just in West Africa. Those were the mentions in the United States of people talking about it. A month later, the number of people infected by Ebola doubled to more than 4,000 cases, of which 3 were in the United States. Can you guess how many people were talking about Ebola by then? More than 3 million. This means that 3 cases of Ebola in the United States increased conversation by 1,500%. That means that we start caring only when seeing people dying next door. That's how long it takes us to acknowledge the truth. Unconsciously, we believe that what is happening across the ocean doesn't involve us. It's too far away, so we don't care. But this is not true. It's not true. We are civilization. That means that we are led by empathy. Empathy is care for yourself, others, unconditionally. Global empathy is when you earn your word citizenship and you really embrace the change from civilization to globalization. This is the time you must care. You must care equally for everyone all across the ocean. We have to think beyond our brief lifetime, because what you're doing today can make a difference and will impact all the future generations. So just think about it. If people can read about you on a history book, what would you like to be remembered for? Seriously, if people can learn about you, what would you like to be remembered for?